So what is sustainability? One of the issues I've realized working in sustainable development is that most people don't actually know about everything being done to make the world a better place. So they feel their contribution doesn't matter if big corporations like Shell and Shein, the fashion company, are creating massive negative impacts in the world. But that's not the case. Your awareness of sustainability allows you to be an informed consumer. It allows you to use the power you have to make a difference with your everyday decisions. I can tell you for sure that it adds up. It matters. Your individual impact matters. The example you set for others matters. This is the reason why I'm sharing more about my work on social media and YouTube. I want to empower individual people with the knowledge and tools they need to make a difference with their everyday actions. Sustainability is a privilege most people in the world do not have. Most people have no choice but to make purchases based on price. Most people do not have access to financial security, housing security, or even physical security. Most people in the world do not have the privilege to pursue their dreams. Most don't even have the opportunity to identify their dreams because they're too busy simply trying to get by, too busy trying to survive. I'm publishing more on social media and YouTube because I want to change that. I want to democratize the economy to make the opportunity of privilege accessible to as many people as possible, to create hope for the future generations y'all are producing.
The background of sustainability.
When I talk about sustainability, a lot of people think that it just has to do with the environment and the climate crisis, but that's only a fraction of it. Sustainability is an all-encompassing term for making the world a better place. When I say sustainability, I'm using it as an umbrella term to refer to the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals, or UN SDGs. Sustainability is a new buzzword and marketing term, but it's not really a new concept. In September 2000, informed by the shortcomings of the past and motivated by the fear of the path we were on, leaders from 189 countries got together at the United Nations headquarters to sign the Millennium Declaration. In this declaration, leaders that represent 82% of the countries in the world committed to achieving the Millennium Development Goals, or MDGs. The MDGs were a set of 8 measurable goals that range from halving extreme poverty and hunger to promoting gender equality and ensuring environmental sustainability. The target was to achieve these goals by 2015. The MDGs were revolutionary in that it was the first time so many of the world's leaders came together to support global development with actionable objectives in mind. The MDGs provided a common language for people to discuss and build programs for the complex development challenges that affect us all. The 8 goals were realistic, easy to communicate, and established a protocol for building development programs with monitoring and evaluations plans to ensure that the work we were doing, the money we were investing, was actually creating the change we'd agreed the world needed. By uniting under one umbrella, defining specific goals, and establishing mechanisms for accountability, we created substantial progress, even realizing the first MDG of cutting extreme poverty in half, believe it or not. While we did fall short on the other goals, we were able to work towards doing better. We made progress. Equally important, we learned from the first iteration and were ready to apply that new knowledge when we set our next goals. The MDGs revealed the systemic nature of many of the challenges we'd yet to fully understand. The international community began to see how things like poverty and violence were interconnected with the climate crisis. Some MDGs needed to be more specific. Some revealed additional challenges that were lying beneath the surface. Some, like ensuring environmental sustainability, needed to be expanded. Enter the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals. International leaders realized we were going to fall short on achieving the MDGs by 2015, but at the same time, they recognized how impactful it was to have common goals and definitions for the international community to rally behind. That's why in 2014, a UN working group was established to identify the next set of development goals. Governments work together with civil society organizations, citizens, activists, and private business sectors to better understand the complexity of the challenges we face and to co-create more effective approaches to solving them. In September 2015, an expanded list of 17 Sustainable Development Goals were launched and set the framework for global development agenda for the next 15 years. That's where we find ourselves today. So what are the 17 United Nations Sustainable Development Goals? As defined by the UN, sustainability means meeting our own needs without compromising the ability of future generations to meet theirs. The 17 SDGs outline what each person and humanity as a whole needs to be sustained. The UN SDGs extend beyond simply hunger and the climate crisis to include things all humans should have the opportunity to. Here they are. UN SDG number 1, no poverty. Number 2, zero hunger. Number 3, good health and well-being. Number 4, quality education. Number 5, gender equality. 6, clean water and sanitation. 7, affordable and clean energy. 8, decent work and economic growth. 9, industry, innovation, and infrastructure. 10, reduced inequality. 11, sustainable cities and communities. 12, responsible production and consumption. 13, climate action. 14, life below water. 15, life on land. 16, peace and justice with strong institutions to support it. 17, partnerships to achieve these goals. As you can see, the UN SDGs are all-encompassing. The goals are not just to protect the planet and to end the climate crisis, like many people think when they hear the word sustainability. The goals are to create a world that sustains human life through equity, justice, and opportunity, without compromising the natural world for future generations. The challenges outlined by the UN SDGs are systemic, meaning that they are the outcomes of governmental, economic, and societal systems we have in place. A lot of the things that fall under the umbrella term of sustainability are also interconnected. At first glance, this may sound like resolving the challenges is a bit hopeless, but it's quite the opposite actually. Because they are products of social, economic, and governmental systems that we've created, that means we have the control and power to change them. Since they're interconnected, it means that focusing on one issue can positively affect the other issues connected to it. If we take the time and intention to understand the problem we want to help resolve, we can intentionally design our projects and programs to create positive impact for other issues and mitigate any negative fallouts that may occur. The key here is intention. The bottom line for how each of us can make a difference is by caring about the impact we create in the world, both the good and the bad, and to take responsibility for the piece of the puzzle we're contributing to society and the planet. That is sustainability.